young man coming on today who has a book. His name is Benjamin Carlton, and we're going to have him come on and tell us about this book. Okay, get your hands together, y'all, for the wonderful, the awesome Reverend Benjamin Carlton. Wow. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
Man, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, man. If I was doing any better, I think it was a setup. Where are you from?
I'm from Philly, but I too am in Los Angeles and woke up at the crack of dawn for this interview.
Oh,
so God bless you.
Yay. I love me some Philly. Wait a minute, y'all. They doing Fresh Prince again.
Yes, they are.
They're doing it as a new series. I saw the preview the other day, and it's, of course, in Philly. You know where he's from. Where's he from? Like East Philly?
West Philly.
West Philly was real. It was bad neighborhood.
Overbrook.
That's why his company is called Overbrook.
Yep, Overbrook Productions.
I'm learning stuff talking to you, young man. Okay, so talk to me, Mr. Benjamin Carlton, or should I say Reverend Benjamin Carlton?
Just Brother Ben is fine.
Just Brother Ben. All right. First of all, what is the name of your book?
My book is titled "I'm Black, I'm a Minister, I'm Gay. 7 Reasons Why Living in Your Truth Won't Send You to Hell."
Oh, I like that last part. Say that again. 7 reasons why
living in your truth won't send you to hell.
Won't send you to hell. Wow. Then this is interesting. What is your church? What church do you go to?
I don't have a church.
Oh, you don't have a church. So you don't have one that you visit? You don't have a... So how do you... Tell me about this book. I'm confused.
Yeah. So I've been in ministry since I was a teenager. And when I came out at age 30, I left all the traditional ministries I was a part of and just took my ministry on the road. So I do a lot of speaking, preaching at different places.
So how does church respond to you coming out as a Black man, as well as your book?
It was awful.
It was awful.
When I initially came out, and I came out on theroot.com. A part of a messaging campaign with my organization, Be Me Community. We did a campaign called Black Men Love, and Black men were just telling about things they loved. And so I decided to tell my coming out story. And you had, ministers, pastors telling me you're going to burn in hell, you sissy, you faggot. I mean, it was awful. I had death threats, messages. People in ministers' collars telling me they was going to come find me and kill me and give me what I deserve. It was very gruesome.
Wow, brother, I'm sorry to hear that. Jamie Foxx has a new book out, and I just flipped it open just to read out. If I want to buy a book, I just go in the middle somewhere and just read a passage and see if it grabs me. And it really grabbed me because he said he was sitting in the church pew, and the minister stood up and said, "It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve." And he said his aunt jumped up and said, "You stop that. You stop that right now. You know better than that."
Yeah.
And she said that to the reverend from the choir. And I thought that was pretty powerful to stand up for people, because at the end of the day, we all have to face God individually. So whether what we're doing is right or wrong or whatever, that's a personal thing between us and God, as is your personal life, what you're doing in your life. I always say, as long as you ain't hurting nobody, ain't doing nothing to no kids, if you're both adults, your life is your life.
Absolutely.
Show us the book. So the book is "I'm Black, I'm a Minister, and I'm Gay." So when you say you go and minister, where do you minister at then? Since you minister on your own, where do you go? Just you call a place?
I believe just like the ministry of Jesus Christ, my ministry is outside of the 4 walls. Wherever I can go and spread and be love, that's what I do. Whether it's in a physical church or on a political stage, standing up for Black rights, LGBTQ rights, youth rights, whether it's going down in, Skid Row and dealing with the folks who are less fortunate. I just take love. Wherever love goes, that's my ministry.
Well, that's cool, brother. And you say you're from Philly. So how did your parents take it when you came out? Are your parents still with us?
Yes, they are.
How did they take it when you came out?
It's been almost 7 years now, and maybe in the 5th or 6th year, my mom started coming around. For 30 years of my life, I prayed every morning, every night for God to take this sin away. And as I approached 30, I said, somebody lying, because the God I know is a healer and a deliverer. And I've been praying for 30 years and you ain't take this thing away yet. And no one made me gay. Nothing happened to me. Child, when I was born, when the doctor slapped me, I said, do it again. I've been gay. You know, I was actually taught not to be gay, right? I was kissing boys in kindergarten. And so these are things that people knew. And when I approached 30, I told my pastor at that time, listen, I'm not doing any more ministry. I've laid hands on the sick. They've recovered. I've gone to the homeless shelter. I've been with the children and the youth, and God still hasn't answered me about me. And I went on a 3-year path of discovery, and God didn't answer me, but God began to show me what my life could look like if I just started living in my truth. I'd never met a gay politician. I'd never met a Black gay CEO. I'd never met a Black gay pastor. And when I launched Be Me Community, I began to travel the nation and meet gay people who were doing the things I wanted to do. The only thing I knew about gay in church was that it was perverts and pedophiles, which was all lies.
Wow.
Which then led me down the path of doing a lot of the teaching that I was taught and really breaking down the Bible and getting down to the root of why homosexuality is the biggest sin of all, when homosexuality didn't even get entered into the Bible until 1946. They were changing words like pervert and masturbator into homosexual. And so once I began to undo that thing, I was like, oh, it ain't God lying, it's y'all lying. God made me exactly who I am in the image of the divine, and people have been lying ever since. And so, you know, I just tried to take love and truth on the road.
Wow. So are you doing seminars as well? I mean, are you coming to places and speaking on the topic?
Yes. I'm on a tour right now called Stand for Love, Elevating the Black Queer Experience. And actually, this Black History Month, we are celebrating America's Black Queeros. You mentioned Ma Rainey, Bessie Smith, all were queer. America would not be America without Black queer people. We would have not had a March on Washington without Bayard Rustin, who was out and proud. And
he helped Martin write the speech, didn't he?
Absolutely. He was Martin Luther King's mentor. And did you know the government tried to weaponize queerness against Martin Luther King? They didn't want Martin to disrupt the DNC, and they didn't want Martin Luther King to be involved in the rally. And they sent the government down and said, if you don't stop this, we're going to start rumors that you and Bayard are having an affair. And so Martin, for a little bit, distanced himself from Bayard.
Wow. Huh. So, okay, you have the book, you're doing the tour. What is it, if you had one thing, one message that you want to give to people, whoever listening, what would you want the people to know about you and just about life as you know it?
I live by this, and it is until you present your full self to the universe can't give you everything that belongs to you. If you're hiding. There are certain elements about your life, the truth about your life that reveals things that belong to you in life. And so until you bring your full self to the table, you will not receive the fullness of life. And you cannot live. If you try to please everyone, you will please no one. The greatest deliverance you could have is from the opinions of people. When you die, it's just you.
That's right.
And whatever is next. Not your mom, not your church, not your religion. It's just you and whatever is next. And if you live the life of love, as Jesus said, when they asked him what is the greatest command of all, Jesus said, love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. You first have to love yourself. You love on God, you love your neighbor, and you'll be all right. Forget about everything else, all the rules, all the regulations, because Jesus then said, every other law you can hang up on those two things.
Brother, I thank you for coming this morning. Tell people how they can find you and how they can get that book.
Yes, you can get the book at www.blacklovewins.com. Blacklovewins.com. If somebody could type that in the chat, that would be great. Blacklovewins.com. And you can find me on the socials at Ben Carlton, because Black love does win. Black love is so powerful. The world revolves around Black culture. Black culture revolves around queer culture. There'd be no Harlem Renaissance. There'd be no civil rights movement. Who's dressing all of our favorites in fashion? Who came up with all the great gospel music? Who comes up with all these great movies and songs? Black queer people. So Black queer people are literally the heartbeat of the world.
Well, okay. And that is your view? Because I know a whole lot of people who ain't queer who did a whole lot of that stuff that you talk about. So so we respect your view, and I respect you for standing up, brother, and being who you are out in the light and being free about it, man. And blessings to your ministry. I want you to keep going. I want you to buy your book. I want to come to your seminars, brother, and hear for personally from you what you feel, man. I'm proud of you, sir.
And thank you for having me.
Don't be afraid, man. Your courage, man, is all over the place. What you had? Would you have a question, Miss Lula May?
I was just listening to him, and you know, I'm a believer, and in the word it do say love covers a great amount of sins, you know. So love is more important than a lot of gossip and all that other stuff. And then I felt
like what's going on in the Colyar clan comments right now. You ought to see that.
Right. Stuff. My thing is, Mr. Ben, like you were saying, you got to be concerned about yourself. You the only one got to stand before God. Not what these people say. God ain't going to ask you about none of them folks. He going to want to know what did you do.
And most people who use the Bible to condemn don't know the Bible.
Don't really know the word.
Little
I just let them know I'm not what I should be, but I thank God I ain't what I used to be.
Amen.
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 So you stay blessed here.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. You stay where you start speaking over in the comments. And hey, everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's why this show is so beautiful.
Everybody has an opinion.
And ain't nobody locked in. You can leave or you can stay. You can do what you want. But anyway, me and Dave, at least, I don't know about the other co-hosts. Some of them show up, some of them don't. This Negro show up every morning. So me and Dave will be here no matter what the hell y'all say or do.
I will be here too.
Thank you. And sir, I support you being who you are, being fully yourself, and for sharing what you think and what you feel with society, man. Leave us with a woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Benjamin Carlton. Benjamin Carlton. I thought that was good. I thought that was
It really was.
And to a few of the Colyar clan, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
But you know what, Michael? I appreciate him, and I wish a lot of the rest of them would come out that closet, because I'm tired of them trying to get my phone number. Then they want my brother number too.
Here we go.